What's going on, everybody? MPDiddy here, and I just got back from seeing Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Let me tell you, I went into this movie, honestly, when I first saw the trailer for Jumanji, I was really worried because it was like, oh no, they're gonna be rebooting one of my favorite movies of all time, which was Jumanji with Robin Williams, rest his soul. And I was worried they were going to soil his name. Well, I am happy to report they did not. This movie was fantastic. Oh my gosh. It was so much fun to watch. And surprisingly, guess who stole the show? Jack Black. Jack Black stole the show, in my opinion. Now, all the actors were great. I loved everybody in the movie. But Jack Black, he plays a 16-year-old preppy teenage girl. And he plays it so good. I do need to give a little bit of warning. If you don't want your kids to know certain sexual jokes or whatnot, don't take them to this movie, because there is a lengthy joke about the male genitalia, which is incredibly funny, but it's not suitable for children. But it was incredibly funny. I really, like I said, I went into this movie with low expectations. Let me just say this. First off, we're going to do a non-spoiler review. A spoiler review after I speak about this. Spoilers in the back. You know, how it normally works. Mullet style. Anyway, so how it starts out. Let me just say the movie starts out exactly how you would expect. These kids are in trouble. They get put in detention. And they don't know each other. They don't care for each other. They're all at each other's throat, pretty much. Except for the girl who is not the popular girl. She just doesn't want to be there. So they're made to clean out this basement. And the basement, of course, has the Jumanji game in it. It has been changed into a video game. It's not a board game anymore because nobody plays board games, as they say in the movie, which that's false. I've played board games before. So they end up playing the game, they choose their characters, and then boom, they pop into the game as their avatars. I will say this, when they landed for the first time, you didn't even need them to tell you who they were. The actors, The Rock, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and I forget the girl's name. She played Gamora's sister on Guardians of the Galaxy, Nebula. But you knew who they were playing before they even said who the kids were, because these actors nailed these characters' personalities really well, and I thought it was hilarious. I thought, because the nerd became Rock, the jock became Kevin Hart, the preppy girl became Jack Black, and what's his name? What's her name? The girl who was not the most popular, she became the girl who plays Nebula. Gosh, I gotta remember her name. Anyway, so they're supposed to find this jewel and get it back to pretty much save Jumanji. I'm not going to give away anything or whatnot. It goes pretty run-the-mill, especially if you play video games. It runs just like it is. There were so many funny jokes in this movie. Really cracked me up. Had some foul language in it, but it was done in a way that really made me laugh. It wasn't like over the top, a couple of stuff. For the girls, Nick Jonas is in this movie. Yes, be happy. I know you'll be. Oh my God! It's Nick Jonas. Literally, I'm not even kidding. In the theater, when he showed his face, when he pulled the bandana down and it was Nick Jonas, there were girls behind him went, "Oh my God!" like, oh, it's Nick Jonas. He was part of the Jonas Brothers. Oh my God. Anyway, this movie was really fun. It was just a fun experience from beginning to end. And that's what you want from a movie. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my gosh, it was like the best movie ever. You need to see it. 10 out of 10. No. It wasn't a 10 out of 10. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Would I say that, would I buy it? Yeah, I'd buy it. I enjoyed it. Mostly because I love Jumanji, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Do not go into this movie thinking, oh no, this is going to be just like Jumanji from the first one. No, it's not. It's a totally different beast. It's pretty much what Alan Parrish went through in Jumanji that we didn't get to see. When he popped out of the game, he had already been surviving in that jungle. So, I just flat out, I enjoyed it, and it was really fun. It was heartwarming at moments. I still gotta say, man, Jack Black really stole the show in this movie, and it really surprised me. There is one extremely funny scene where he is teaching, where Bethany, which is the popular girl, is teaching Morgan, I believe it's Morgan, how to flirt to get past these bad guys or whatnot. And, dude, he does this flirting teaching, and it doesn't look like he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, Jack Black is doing what a normal 16-year-old girl would do to flirt with guys, and he's pulling it off, like, point blank. I can't even explain it. You gotta see it. It's pretty funny. It's very funny. Oh man. I can't get over anything else other than say it's enjoyable. Go see it. Go see this. In my opinion, go see this way over Star Wars, The Last Jedi. I went and saw that. I didn't make a review, mostly because I just didn't feel like making a bad review. But yeah, it was enjoyable. I liked it a lot. So what would I give it score wise? I would give it I'd say about a 7.5 out of 10. It was good. I enjoyed it, and it had its moments. It had some humor that didn't quite latch on. The whole jock and nerd thing, I was kind of expecting that, but it's still cliche. But it works for the movie. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10. And I enjoyed it, and I'd definitely buy it. I would give it a thumbs up, double thumbs up. Go see it. So now I'm going to go to the spoiler review. I'm going to give a little bit of spoilers. There was some really freaking cool parts. For one, I really liked the jokes that Rock had in there, because he's a nerd that doesn't, muscle build and stuff. He'd be always like, "We need to go this way." Oh, what? See, I can't do it because I'm like tone deaf. So, yeah, but he was like, "Oh my gosh," like, look at how much there is. Like, I was laughing at that. Kevin Hart was making his normal jokes of his size. Because he's a short man. And I love that he makes jokes of himself, but it got a little too much. Like, they just did it over and over in the movie. But my favorite joke that he dropped was when he tried to smack the Rock, and he smacked him across the face, and the Rock just moved a little bit, and then the Rock hits him, he goes flying into the wall. Like, what the hell, man? That was funny. That was hilarious. I laughed at that. There was a lot of parts that I laughed at. The bad guy, I couldn't point blank remember who the guy was, but his face, I recognized him, but I didn't know. And the movie played just like a video game would. It had, very video game cliches. They had a tattoo of their lives on their arm. You could sacrifice a life for another. What was it? The respawning. They had respawning. They even make a joke about, numerous times they make a joke about NPCs repeating things over and over, and if you're a gamer, you know what I'm talking about, and you know how annoying that is. You just keep hearing them over and over, repeating the same sentence over and over, repeating the same sentence over and over, over and over, So that was funny, and as a gamer, I enjoyed that. They all had their special weaknesses and special skills, and at first you look at the weaknesses and stuff and the skills, and you're like, well, two of them are like complete awesome people, and the other two are useless. But no, you find out in the movie those other two have their powers that are needed in the journey, and that was cool. I liked how they flipped it on there like that. No surprise twists or anything, so don't expect a big surprise twist. It was just genuinely funny. The action was good. It was good. I still feel like the first Jumanji had more action in it, mostly because it never stopped. This one gives you a lot of parts to pause and reflect, and I'm telling you, there is one. I will tell you this joke. There is a genitalia joke in this movie, and it goes on for a good 2 minutes, and it is hilarious. It's when Bethany, who is in Jack Black's body, has to go to the bathroom and and finds out that her female genitalia is no longer there, and she has a male genitalia, and it's pretty funny. I mean, they're explaining to her how to pee, and she's like, and he's like, making exclamations like, "Oh, I wish I could Instagram this," and stuff, like, "Oh, they got a handle." It's just all these ridiculous things that you would say if you got that for the first time. So that was really funny. The action was really cool. They had a lot of fighting with the Rock. He had lots of moves where he'd like uppercut somebody and they go flying through the roof, man. Like, he had superpowers in this movie. He was a Superman. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Definitely, again, 2 thumbs up. Go see it. It is awesome. Jumanji, welcome to the jungle. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And as always, MPDiddy, out.